Sup, bro?
What's up, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And Peliculas with the Bros is a show where me and my brother Ivan discuss a movie. Every week we discuss a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Titanic.
I'm shivering. Titanic, yes. But before we get into that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like I said, we're a show. So if you like shows, go to youtube.com and look up Peliculas with the Bros. We're a podcast where every week we discuss a new movie. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like that kind of thing. And next week you'll get something in your feed nice and tasty. We're also a podcast, so go to your podcast platform of choice and we'll be there. Peliculas with the Bros. Look us up. Hit the subscribe button and you'll get delicious morsels to your ears every week.
Well said.
Thank you. Ivan, before we talk about Titanic, let's talk about the movie we talked about last week as our final thought. Talk to me, the horror movie. I like it. Ivan, are you ready to set sail on the open sea on the biggest damn ship you ever damn seen?
Oh, yeah.
Did I rhyme?
Technically.
But I used the same word, huh?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Ivan, the movie of the week is
Titanic.
written and directed by James Cameron. The premise of this movie: the Titanic is a big ass ship ready to travel from England to USA on its maiden voyage. Rich and poor on the ship, just like you and me, ready to be part of the history, but not in the way they anticipated. Added a little Romeo and Juliet, and we got ourselves the biggest movie of all time. Quite literally. Ivan, with the cast of Kate Winslet as Rose, what's this guy? Leonardo?
Oh, Leonardo?
Leonardo DiCaprio as Jack.
Yeah.
Billy Zane as Kaladin Kale. Frances Fisher as Ruth. Gloria Stewart as blah, 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 blah. Really, it's Kate Winslet and our boy, Leo.
Okay. Yes.
The director of this movie is Big Jim Cameron. His filmography, I'm glad you asked, Ivan. Piranha 2,
Yeesh.
The Blemish. He didn't direct the movie called The Blemish.
I understand.
Okay, The Terminator.
Oh.
Aliens.
Oh.
I've never seen Aliens.
Me neither.
I think that's a misstep in our
Life.
Yeah. The Abyss. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, True Lies. Have you seen True Lies? You should. Titanic. Avatar. Avatar: The Way of Water. Avatar 3. Avatar 4.
Wow.
I don't know why they have them here, even though they're not even made.
That's his power, I think.
The power is he goes and edits his Wikipedia. Avatar 4, 2009.
It's being made, so you can put it.
Ivan, Big Jim, what a guy, right?
Yeah.
We talked about him not too long ago when we did Avatar: The Way of Water. What were your thoughts on Avatar: The Way of Water? And then I guess we could segue to what are your thoughts on Big Jim, but Avatar: Way of Water.
I think it lived up to how much spectacle I wanted, but the script was like part 2, which, I mean, it was, but it wasn't elevated.
Right. And Big Jim?
I like his vision. He has cool vision.
Mm-hmm.
Big scope. Scope?
I thought you said Mexico. I was like, okay.
Mexico.
Mexico's a good thing to say right now.
Just like tags on the video, but Mexico. Justin Bieber.
The Biebs. Yeah. Avatar: The Way of Water. Spectacle. I think it's like spectacle for spectacle's sake.
Wow. Okay.
But it's still beautiful in the eyes.
Yeah.
And then script, but story, but it still finds a way.
Yeah. I think it's just such a nice looking thing to look at. You're entranced.
Yes.
And I think it gets a pass. I mean, from me too. I'm not saying like everyone gives it a pass just because it looks good. I think like it gets a pass.
Yeah.
Because
the official plumber pass.
Yeah.
The Frostio plumber pass. Yeah. How the sausage was made for this particular movie, the Titanic. He made it because he wanted to visit the wreck. That's his quote. It's like, I didn't want to necessarily make a movie about the Titanic, but I wanted to visit the wreck.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like a way to do that.
Right.
He uses a combination of CGI, miniatures, green screen, replicas to create the look of this movie. It was important for him to pay respect to people who lost their lives. He talks about like how sad it is going to see the wreck and like, damn, this was a tragedy for reals. He wanted you to feel the beauty of the Titanic, so you can feel the loss even more when it happens on camera. And he got his rep for being a demanding director, infamously from this movie, just from all the how.
Production?
No, what's the drill sergeant? He was a drill sergeant. He has this famous quote right here that I'm about to say. When the studio said you have to cut the movie because it's too long, you want to cut my movie? You're going to have to fire me. You want to fire me? You're going to have to kill me.
Okay, what a girl.
Big Jim. And last little thing, I'm sure there's like a shit ton of how this movie was made, but these are just interesting things to me and relevant to our podcast. Big L. What's a good nickname for Leo DeCap?
I think he deserves a full name.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
The second.
Really? Junior? Let's call him Junior.
Junior. Okay, Junior.
Junior didn't want to audition for this film.
Okay.
By this time, he was like, I am Junior. Okay?
Yeah.
But Big Jim's like, if you don't audition, you're not in this film. And then he auditioned. He's like, all right, you're in the film.
I would have been like, I'm done. Thanks. I actually don't want to do this.
But imagine like Jim's like, what an asshole. You have to come. And he's like, fine. And he does it. And he's like, damn, he probably didn't need to audition.
I don't know. I'm not.
Whose side
like
are you on?
Leo,
Junior or Big Jim?
Junior.
Junior, okay. I'm on Big Jim's side as far as like this cocky asshole. But then
he was
I'm
like,
also on Junior's side. I'm like, all right.
He's like Timothy Chalamet, like what he is now. But
yeah.
at that time.
I actually want to see. Obviously, I want to see where Chalamet goes from here. But
I mean, Leo, he looked like a boy for a while.
Yeah.
He's an adult now.
Yeah, he's an adult technically.
So I think Timothy he'll be good.
Okay.
He'll have big boy roles.
I don't want to talk about this later, so I'm just gonna say it now.
Go ahead.
Chalamet.
Yeah. Oh, Kendall.
Reportedly dating a Jenner. How do you feel about that?
Poor guy. I don't know. Like,
I didn't see that from him. I thought I knew him, Ivan.
I didn't see the devil in him, but I do.
The devil's alive.
Like, I don't know, or maybe there's something. She has a
gravitas.
A personality, but that seems so like misogynistic. But you know what I mean? Like at that point, if you're that huge a celebrity I feel like your work kind of shows who you are, and her work is kind of selling overpriced things to teens who shouldn't be buying these things. Like it speaks to who she is.
Right.
And that's where I judge her. Not.
So you judge her, but do you judge the Chalamet?
I think, yeah.
Let's call him Chalamet now. La Chalamet.
La Chalet.
La Chalet. La Chalet is judged by the...
Not Chalamet, because I think nobody will know.
Okay,
people will get Junior, but they won't get...
Yeah, for sure. La Chalamet.
Yeah.
Is he certified dork, or is he... We need time.
I think he was on Leo trajectory or a Junior trajectory, but this is like red flag 1. Well, red flag. Are you ejected?
Yeah. Yellow
how many?
card.
How many yellow cards? Is
Yeah, 2.
Okay, yellow card 1.
Yeah, and yellow card 2 is how good is Wonka?
That's already yellow card 2 right there.
Well, Ivan, give him time.
Okay.
Ivan, Titanic for you. This movie came out in 97, 96, 97. The year you were born.
Wow.
Actually, what day did it come out? On November 1st.
It's my birthday.
What is it?
Oh.
Titanic for you.
Never watched it.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Guys, we have a Titanic Virginite here.
Yes, sir.
Proud and
Yes, sir.
Okay, keep going.
What do you mean? That's I never watched it.
But like in your head, what was Titanic? What'd you think it was gonna be? All that stuff.
I mean, there's like 5 scenes in there where I was like, oh, I've seen this a million times.
On Family Guy.
For sure. For sure. The one thing is that I was surprised about, but I mean, I kind of should have known, was how long the whole process was of it sinking.
Like 2 hours?
Yeah.
Like real time?
Yeah. And I didn't know there's that, and then I didn't know there's like a whole half an hour at the start of the movie that was in the present. Not that that's like anything crazy, but I just thought it was straight up, because I knew there's like the old character, but I thought it would just be like, well, daughter, let me tell you a little tale. I didn't think there would be like a whole expedition storyline. That was a little weird. I was like, what is?
Don't go there yet.
Okay.
But so there's parts of the movie where you're like, what the hell? Didn't know this was in there.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't know that the length of the sinking took that long. What about as like a cultural significance in your life? Like the biggest movie of all time. Did it even? Why has it taken you so long for you to watch this?
It's pretty much checking all the boxes that I don't care about. You know. 3 hours long. Boats. Who cares?
Underrated.
I know. Overrated.
Overrated. Boats are overrated. Okay, that's your take.
I mean, I didn't like Titanic. Like, there's no like that was so long ago. I mean, it just didn't mean anything to me.
Just like the premise was just like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like Titanic itself is like, you really hit an iceberg.
Oh, what a loser!
Embarrassing. You can't.
So your take is Titanic? What a bunch of losers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, I'll take that. For me, 97. I was 7 years old. I remember kind of like this in the air, like when I was 7 years old. It's like Titanic. That movie's for girls.
All right.
Like you like Titanic, you're a girl.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess I can see that being like thinking back to like 7-year-old mindset. And this is like I was gonna say rom-com. This is a romantic dramedy or whatever.
Yeah.
Or tragedy. But yeah, but I kind of always thought it was a good movie. I never really looked at it with a critique, critical eye. But that's whatever. But I do remember, I have this vivid memory of having a best friend who was a stan for Leo. He's like, Leo's the best, man. He's great.
Oh, Titanic. I thought you meant like a stand-in.
No. He was like a like a Eminem. Fanatic.
Yeah.
Fanboy.
Yeah.
And that's like a weird hill to die on,
At
like
that age.
Yeah. Like 8 years old.
Yeah.
And you love Leo.
No.
Like he must have saw something in him, because he was actually right.
I mean, sure, but at
like
8,
that's a good stock to buy in at 8 years old.
But he probably just heard it from his mom or something.
It's like, oh, that Leo, he's something.
Like, what?
Yeah, he is something, isn't he?
I'll take that opinion.
Okay, that's enough for that. Ivan, what'd you think of Titanic?
It's good.
Nice. Yeah, it's good. Dang, it's like barely good then. Ivan, no. Come back.
Dated.
What'd you think of Titanic?
I felt, yeah. I mean, besides CGI, like, I think he was pretty visionary with that. Like, I'm sure nothing at that time ever looked like that. Like, it was just insane, the scale. Like, I'm not ever going to knock that in any way.
Yeah. The scale of this movie is...
I think that's why it was so big, just because it felt like an event.
Yes. And I guess that's like all his movies.
It's like a superpower. I need to like dissect how he does it.
Yeah.
But he definitely makes it feel like a I was gonna say headstone, but like a milestone.
Uh-huh.
Maybe like a milestone in movies is probably like the best
Okay.
thing I could say.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But like I felt the similarities with Avatar where like the script is just like at this like Chat GPT could make this today,
Yeah.
the script, just
Yeah.
because of how it's so so simple.
Yeah. The dialogue is very basic.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, when I was watching it, I was like, damn, this movie is corny.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheesy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know how he's gonna pull this off. And it made me think of Avatar too, because like in Avatar, I was thinking the same thing, like, damn, this is corny, it's cheesy. But once the action comes in, you're like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
man knows
I think
something.
that's why like Terminator works so well in 2, just because like that style or type of movie lends itself to that cheesy dialogue.
Yes.
Because you're there for that.
Yes.
But with this, and I guess Avatar kind of.
But I think you're right. Like, but Avatar doesn't, because Avatar is kind of family. You know, like it cares so much about the environment and about family that you do need a kind of smart screenwriter to do that.
Like imagine like Dune style writing with Avatar, where it's like just super mystic,
Yes.
and then have the people. I guess they are kind of mystic, but they're still like basic mysticness. They're not any.
They're just Native Americans.
There's like no poetry to what they're saying. It's just straight
Yeah.
up like they're just, I guess, talking. I think that's like the one thing I could say I don't like James Cameron for. I think he doesn't care about the script too much. I think he just thinks it's like, well, we need a script, but the real star of the movie, it's the visuals. It's what everything looks like.
And you can't knock him because he's literally made the biggest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Like the 3 biggest movies I think of all time are his movies, or the top 4, whatever.
But imagine that with
Sorky. Should we throw
like
Sorky in there?
Default.
You know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you got Sorkin. I mean, we need another default guy.
For like mystical, for like what's like a poetic writer?
Poetic. Let's go A24 right now. A24.
I mean, I don't even know too many writers, honestly.
No,
I just know directors.
There really isn't like,
Because writers aren't known. They're like,
yeah.
who directed it, who starred in it. Everything else is a little. I think it's changing now, especially with what's going on. Elephant in the room.
Oh god. No, well, I think now there's more writers who are becoming directors. Like the girl who made Past Lives, she was a writer and she became a director because she wanted to tell her story.
Yeah.
And I think that's happening more and more. But it's kind of bad that we don't know good screenwriters off the top of our domes. Like
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not.
But yeah, multiple times I felt like the writing sucks. Like there's a bunch of scenes obviously, but like there's a scene when Jack's like, meet me here. She's like, no, I can't. Like, it's over. And she meets him there. Like, I changed my mind. And he's like, shh. Give me your hand. And I'm like, God, it just doesn't hit, you know?
My word.
Yeah. And then there's also like the scene when she's on the boat about to escape. And then she gets back on the Titanic and they meet up. And he's like, Rose, you're so stupid. You're so stupid. You're so stupid.
You idiot.
And it's just stuff like that. And also, the Fabricio character, he's basically Super Mario, where he's like,
Leonardo.
he's like, Mamma mia, what are we doing?
Oh, no. I am dying.
He's just so bad. Like,
product of its time. I don't think it would happen today, but
I don't know. Like, if you look at Avatar, like, you won't see it as easily, but because they're obviously Avatar people. But if he gets real people in there, it's gonna look bad. But again, the actions just saves it. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, this movie scared the hell out of me.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I watched the first hour here, lights turned off with just the screen on.
Really?
And when they're going underwater, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's like a big fear of mine, just going underwater.
I kind of like the one because it was so blue, the water, and it was in there. I was like, this is kind of fun.
You mean when it was flooding?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish there's like a hotel that was just like
Oh hell
underwater,
no.
like 1 foot where you would just always be trudging through things.
Ugh.
I would like that.
Well, I do have a vivid memory of how blue that water was from this movie.
Uh-huh.
Like I always remembered, like that water was so clear and blue. I kind of want to drink from it. Reminds me of a water boy, the little Alaska water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing that kills me about this movie is the voiceover. Like
Rose?
I feel like a lot of the movie, like you can always tell that they had to redo the dialogue.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Maybe it's because I was watching it so.
Did you know about it beforehand?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I just noticed. Something about Leo is off for me.
Always?
This movie.
Oh.
I don't know what it is like, and I don't even, because I did research about like what does Leo have at this age that no one else has, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get any kind of research. I didn't find anything, but I think like the easy answer is like the look.
Yeah.
But there must be he sustained his career, so there must be something that he can do well. But there's something in this movie that I just don't feel like he's connecting with, like the script or whatever. What did you feel anything, or were you just like, it's just a basic story?
I mean, Rose felt like she was in it. Leo, I don't know. I think it's because he's the only American in that movie.
Poor American. Because like the
white woman.
even she is American.
But she, I don't know.
And even the bad guy is American. But they're rich Americans, so it feels like they're British.
But they have like aristocratic accents.
Yeah, which I hate.
I don't know. Maybe something, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, what's going on here?
Yeah. I guess that's what, like, I just feel like something is off with his performance. Like something is off and it's not right. And I wonder, when does he become
Leonardo?
When does he find himself? Because I watched Catch Me If You Can, and I also sensed it there where I didn't feel like he is a game changer, you know?
Is he the Drake of acting?
God damn it. I think you're right. What's a movie that you've seen of his that where you're like, oh my God?
Once Upon a Time, maybe. I think that was even The Revenant.
Like, is he even a good actor?
Hold on. Are we discovering like the first two people to like come to realize maybe?
I'm just, all I'm saying is like, I don't know what his it is.
I think,
and maybe he doesn't even have it.
I don't think he's as good as like I don't know. What's a great
De Niro,
modern
Harrison,
Ford?
Sorry.
Gee.
I try to like go the next step.
No.
Okay, even more modern than that.
Like in their 30s to 20s.
Oh, like okay. What's the guy that played Spider-Man? My Spider-Man.
Tom. Oh,
no.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, he's considered like elite. And then Adam Driver's considered.
Joaquin Phoenix.
There you go.
Even though he's like 50.
Yeah.
But he's like modern-ish, right?
They're the same age.
Really?
Basically, yeah. Because Leo's like 50 now.
Because I think Leo was just in a time where like Drake, where you needed that boyish kind of charm.
Okay.
And he was just like in the perfect moment.
Yeah.
And then he got super huge. And then he just had
the
platform.
Rode the wave.
He had the platform forever now.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of what Drake did.
Gotcha. Yep.
But then he never really, like Drake, became like the best.
Yep.
He was good, but he never.
He was great, even.
Yes.
But he was never.
He's never the Joaquin Phoenix, the Kanye West. Joaquin Phoenix and Kanye West.
Sounds
Two
right.
of the same people.
He was not there. Yeah. Yeah. Because I would even think like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not thinking correctly. Because like I'm thinking of Brolin in
No Country.
yeah, and even that was just like, he's good. And even the other guy, the crazy guy from No Country,
Oh yeah,
what's his name?
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem. Goddamn, Javier Bardem in that movie, right?
I think he's just he just has charisma, like, but he doesn't have range.
Right.
So it's like this is Joaquin
Like his
Phoenix.
range is his charisma.
Yeah, like Joaquin can go in every direction, and he can make charisma if he wants to. But because Leo has just radiating charisma, he can kind of nail. Well, I want to see him. I haven't seen him do like a gross role where he's like,
That's true. He's not a
ugly.
bad guy.
yeah,
He's never a bad guy.
in well, like 10 minutes in Once Upon a Time, he was good in that, but never like, you don't look at him and be like, he's gross right now.
No. And he was never great in that. I mean, he was great, but he wasn't like, this is something.
He was good for what he was doing. Like
Well, actually, now that you say that, like that scene with the little girl was really good.
yeah, but I think it's because Tarantino knew Leo can. Yeah, he can actually nail this.
Wow.
Because he has.
Tarantino found the lock.
Yeah.
He's like, you're actually just a loser. Play this loser.
Yes. Wow. He needs to do something where.
I want to watch Tarantino now.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Tarantino, underrated. All right. The romance between Leo and Kate Winslet, it works.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cheat code, though. It reminds me of, like, we were talking about horror movies. Like, that's a cheat code to get emotions and to scare you.
Mm-hmm.
This romance between them, like, they're both good looking, and it's a cheat code, you know? Like, easy. Let's do it. Do you like that take?
I thought you were going to go more like it's a cheat code because it's like the unhappy, soon to be wedded woman.
Oh.
Literally any guy she would meet who is attractive and
Has a little bit of charm.
And kind of shows her a little path out of that.
Okay. What about that? What about Mario? What if Mario comes?
Mario.
Hey, lady, why you so mad? The man is a loser. Come with me. I make the pizza.
I think she would have fell for that too. Well, I don't know, but I just think that's like a super typical archetype of a relationship.
Yeah,
where it's like you're unhappy, some charmer comes along who's a little different, shows you a different life.
He's almost too good.
As charming?
Yeah, he's devilishly handsome, and he's a good person, and he draws, and he sees the good in everyone. Everyone loves him.
Well, I mean, that's why it's like a movie for girls, though, isn't it? It's like a fantasy.
Yeah.
They aren't real.
You hear that, ladies? Take us as we are. Lumps of coal.
Who can be compressed into diamonds. Very tiny diamonds.
This is The Notebook on roids, though.
Yeah.
Like, The Notebook on roids is going to be the biggest movie of all time.
Yeah. Is this Barbie?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
But like another movie that tried to do this is Pearl Harbor, and it kind of did that. Like it was a romance movie, but they squeezed in a historical portion of it into it.
Oppenheimer?
I haven't. Wow, is Oppenheimer just a new Titanic?
Let's look at the similarities.
The diagram?
Similarities.
Billy Zane, I think he's horrible as this oil tycoon.
Like a horrible person.
Marry me, toots. I got the money.
Good actor, but you don't like him at all?
I mean, I just don't like him in this movie, I guess.
I mean, I don't like him, but I think...
No. Okay, yeah. I didn't like his performance in this.
Oh, okay.
Like, especially the final scene when he's like, grabs the gun. I hope you're happy. And then he's like shaking. Mm-hmm. And then he starts laughing. Why are you laughing? She has the diamond. this.
I mean, I feel like that's more the script.
I don't know. I mean, yes, but even Leo. I mean, I guess it does take a Leo to get something. A Leo and a Kate to get something out of that script.
Right. I think the best actor was the captain. Because he didn't say anything, but he was just like for an hour of the movie.
Yeah.
Because he realized he was gonna die.
Yeah. I'll take the big lady, the new money lady.
Oh, like Kathy Bates. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
I'll take her as my best actress.
But she also plays like the same person.
She does, yes. She's always the same lady, but she's good.
Yeah.
Big Jim, he has this way of making movies that you wouldn't think like a guy like him would make a movie about environmentalism and romance. Like, you think Big Jim is anti-woke? You think he'd be making movies about Trump, like how good Trump is? But he's actually the opposite, which is just a thing I noticed. Like, he made a feminist movie here. Wow.
Yeah.
CGI is good for the time.
Yeah.
But there's two scenes that were making me cringe.
Yeah. Like if I really looked, I could see like the seams everywhere. But I just gave it a pass.
There's one that was just like, oh my God, this looks horrendous.
What?
It's the water was coming and they're running from the water.
Oh, was it flashing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And their faces were like moving off of their body. So they were using stunt doubles and they were just like putting their face. It was weird. It made me laugh. One of the good things that I see that I don't know who decided to do this. Maybe it was Big Jim. If it is, props. The moment when the ship's sinking and Kate Winslet's character is looking around at like the other people, like a little kid at the woman, and just that like knowing of chaos, like what's happening, what are the people's faces around you while chaos is happening, not just you. I think that was interesting. And I texted you like almost midnight last night saying I hate you for making me watch this film.
Just no reason. Like, I hate you.
Yeah, I hate you. And it's not because this movie was long, which is what you thought it was, but it's because this movie's freaking sad.
Oh, really?
Like, and it's not because of, well, it is because a lot of people died, but it's because like there's kids. Like, Mommy,
yeah.
what's happening? Oh, don't worry. We're going to get out of here. No, those kids died.
I think, the end scene when they're in the water and the dad's just carrying a baby. I was like, oof, that's real.
That's triggering, Ivan.
Yeah, that was real.
You triggered me.
Oh, my bad.
I have a kid up there right
Oh,
now.
my bad.
All right.
Just don't go on a cruise.
And it's like this, you were saying last week, like, talk to me. I don't want to watch that movie. It's horrible. Like, why do I have to watch that kind of movie?
This was that?
This was even worse.
Oh.
Like, this actually happened.
But
you know what I mean? Like, this actually happened.
I would rather this because it's realistic. Where like the other one,
like, I'd rather experience this. I'd rather go.
No. The other one was just like cruel. Okay. Well, I mean, they're both cruel.
Yes.
But the other one was just like, Jesus Christ, he should be dead. Like, don't. Like, it just felt like a weird message, even though like the message isn't, don't slam your head into a wall.
Right.
It just felt like too much.
It was cruel.
Yeah.
Okay. Point taken. There was a scene closer to the end when the old lady's like, I don't even have a picture of him anymore, or of him. And like, for some reason, my brain triggered where like, what if Bill Paxton's character is like, well, Rose, guess what? Jack, come on out. Like, I just thought of that and I laughed to myself like, what's wrong with my brain? What do I think of these things? And I do think this movie's like so easy to parody.
Yeah.
And it goes to your point of like, you think you've seen this already, and it is from like Family Guy and a bunch of things that parodied this, because it's easy to parody. Like when she's like, Jack, draw me like one of your French girls. That is for sure.
I imagine at the time it came out, that would have been like the most fire line. Like, dang, that's crazy to say. But these days, it's like, I could imagine Stewie saying that to Brian, and I'm sure he has.
Yes. Yeah, because I think there is a scene where what's the dad? Peter. When he does that pose.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of her.
Probably. The one. Do you remember at the end when she's throwing the?
Yes.
And she goes, eh. That was when I was like, what?
She went, eh?
She went, eh.
I didn't catch that. Or I don't remember.
It was weird. If you rewatch it, you'll hear like, eh, from her. I was like,
that's a weird choice, huh?
Yeah.
Why would you like put some? Why would even Jim like keep that in?
We just take it out. Like, what purpose does that do besides show like it's just weird. Like,
it's like when in Family Guy the grandpa whistles.
Oh, and then yeah.
Oh, that grandpa killed me. How's this movie PG-13? There's a whole pair of boobs in this movie.
I think it's because it's like art. Well, I think was this maybe made before they got more strict. I don't know. Art.
I wouldn't show my 13-year-old this movie.
True.
I forgot how much the Heart of the Ocean, the necklace, was like a plot driver.
I did not even know that existed in this movie. I didn't know
Paxton.
Cal.
What?
Cal? Billy Zane? What's his name?
Uh-huh.
The guy you hate?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in this.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like them two the whole movie and they're just like having fun and then what's going on? I didn't know there was like a you can't marry that boy.
Yeah.
That thing behind it. I don't know.
What about what'd you feel about like I got anxiety seeing the people in the coal plant?
I kind of wanted to
pistons.
That was kind of cool. I wanted to try that like for a night. It's like let me have a crack at it.
I was reading on Wikipedia that those people have like a high suicide rate.
Oh really?
Yeah. And I was like, I wonder what that. I wonder if it's like because it's super dark in there.
Uh-huh.
Interesting though. Little tidbits. My heart will go on. The song, the soundtrack for this.
Played like 10 times in that movie.
I remember how big this song. Like it was like as big as the movie.
Right.
Just humongous song.
That's all right, I guess.
And it kind of made me think about the Avatar, The Weeknd song.
Oh, I mean.
And like how it didn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it did, would it bolster Weeknd's career? Would it bolster Avatar, the movie? I don't know. You know, like.
Yeah.
Did this song help the movie? Is what I'm asking, I guess.
I think so. I think it's a good. I give it 25% of the credit.
Damn.
Why how big was Celine Dion? I feel like she was.
She was big, but this song is her biggest song ever.
I think it was just like a perfect synergy. Like if at Kanye's peak he did a Spike Lee movie, and Spike Lee did like his best movie ever, or like most popular movie ever.
It kind of reminds me of like Get Out and Childish Gambino, like.
Wait, what?
Probably not for you, but the Awaken My Love, that one song.
It was in that movie.
Redbone.
Okay.
It was in the movie, and it was like big part of the beginning, and it just like, I guess it's not.
But that's like an example.
Yeah. I guess
Black Panther.
Which song?
The whole soundtrack. I think that's pretty close, but
it needs a song. It needs like a pop song that hits the masses. There hasn't been like. And Barbie tried to do that with Billie Eilish. And it didn't hit.
I think it's just luck. Like how Barbie and Oppenheimer released on the same day and they synergized.
Yeah.
You can't really plan for it. They probably like, we need a good song. Let's get Celine Dion. I mean, we don't think this will be crazy, but ended up being crazy.
What about Nolan? He's like, Tenet, give me Travis Scott.
I know he had no like say in that at
Who?
all.
Nolan?
Chris, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably like marketing people, and the market is like, we need to get the biggest artist out there. Who is it?
And it's such a Travis Scott thing to do. Like,
it could have worked. It just
there was no point.
He's past his
he had like
peak.
a minute of prime.
So which director is gonna be like, give me Drake, and it actually works?
Tarantino.
Like imagine, like he needed Hotline Bling. Like that would have been a great song for Barbie or something, you know?
Right.
But like you're saying, it takes a crazy universal black hole event for both
Well,
of them.
Adele and Skyfall, I think that was pretty close.
That's close.
Well, any James Bond, I think they're kind of like the masters of it.
Yeah, they are. Like the Billie Eilish song was okay for.
But because it was James Bond,
Yeah.
kind of.
So James Bond, Drake.
Nah.
Cause he could do. Oh yeah, that is crazy now that you say that. Cause the song of Views, the first song, Keep It in the Family, I think.
Yes.
It sounds very James Bond.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I could see that.
He can do it.
Okay.
James Bond, let's go. Who's the next James Bond? I don't know.
Drake himself. He's rapping towards in the whole thing, like in the when he's like in Skyfall when James Bond's falling, he's like.
Oh man, we just Frosty Plumbers always doing something good over here. Once they actually listen to the podcast, they're like, we've missed 100 episodes of these guys. They're a gold mine, a literal gold mine. And then IP, revitalize. We'll be billionaires. Ivan, this movie's huge, right? $2 billion. They released it 3D. They made like another 100 million. It's that kind of stuff. Now that you watched it, do you understand it? Do you understand it all?
Like the reason it made $2 billion?
Yeah, something like that. Or do you understand like its significance? 1997.
I think it was just a very perfect time for it to come out.
2 up and comers.
And then he had Terminator 2 under his belt. Leonardo DiCaprio in there. Celine Dion. Just a perfect storm of money. But I don't think it's anything that...
Is that a classic?
I wouldn't. I think it's just like a milestone in movie making. But I don't... There's definitely better.
Yeah, it's not like a film.
Yeah.
It is a film. No.
It's
I know what you mean.
good.
There's the distinction between like a great film and an event film. A big fucking here's a movie for you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just I don't know.
That's gonna be all his movies though, right? Like
I just don't like that.
right.
I don't like it.
No, I'm saying like when people look back at his films, they're gonna be like, yeah, all his movies were like 5 billion each, right? But they're not really amazing.
Yeah.
There's moments that are amazing. That's the thing too. There's moments that are amazing. Imagine him with a freaking writer, like we said earlier.
I think it's like my hypothesis is that it's because of the scale. Like that's what makes it so huge.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yep.
I mean Terminator. I don't know if it kind of felt like it had scale. Like I don't know how he does it to make every movie feel like it's.
Well, Terminator
giant.
was the CGI. Like that CGI that he did in Terminator was like, what the?
That's
freak?
probably that. Like he's always at the pinnacle of CGI
technology.
Yeah.
So AI, first guy. Maybe he'll watch his next film, AI written, be better.
I wouldn't doubt it.
God, this guy. Ivan, Leo and Kate. From here, they go on to make great films.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, huh? Kate is probably considered to be top 5 actresses.
Yeah.
Maybe top 10 of all time. And then Leo, top 10 actors of all time, probably number 1. I don't know. Something about Leo. Something's off. Like, I know he's not a good guy.
No.
He can't be, right? We're going to talk about not good guys after this. But, Ivan, before we get into that, let's rate this movie. Out of 5 icebergs.
It's so offensive. So offensive.
How many icebergs is this?
I give it 4.
That's good. 4.25. The action just does it for me. It's just too good. Ivan, the next movie is Bottoms. Quite a swerve from
Yeah.
Titanic, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Is that for section called?
things and such.
What? Yeah, what's his little melody? Sound like a folk singer. Ivan, Jimmy Fallon's in the news today, actually.
What do you do? Tell me. I'll decide if this is worth anything.
You're the harbinger of truth?
Yes.
Jimmy Fallon, expose, Rolling Stone, ex-coworkers saying toxic environment. He has erratic behavior. He seems drunk most of the time on set, and he has a high temperament.
I believe it.
Should he be canceled?
No.
What should he do now?
New job. Work on himself. I feel like cancel is like, you're canceled if you like.
Kill, rape.
Yeah,
Okay.
up there.
Okay.
If you're just hard to work with.
What if you say Jewish people are the reasons for this and that? I guess I'm asking, should Kanye get canceled?
Nah, even that's like, how about we just ignore him?
You know he's like in timeout right now. And he knows it. He's like, oh, I'm going to leave for like 5 years. I'll still make $1 billion.
They don't like what I said about Jewish people.
But that being said, on the topic of late night, people are going, there's all the late night guys are saying they're going to do podcasts now because of the strike.
Yeah.
And then people are saying like, well, Coco
already won.
Coco's doing it. And he's a good guy.
He's like in the top 10 podcasts. Like not even me. Like he's up there.
Right.
He was ahead of the curve.
And it makes me think like people like Coco, they don't get enough love. Like they get it actually. No.
Okay.
Put a kibosh on that. They get enough love, right?
Mm-hmm.
But other people get too much love.
Yeah.
Like the bad people will get too much love.
I mean,
like it's just the fame thing, you know.
What goes around comes around. Like
true.
Conan now he's Conan's at the top of the podcast game now. He's like
Joe Rogan.
He's up there. He's not Joe Rogan, but he's good.
Cause like do you know the Carlos Mencia thing with Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
And like the fact that Carlos was up here, Joe was like here, and like after that thing, Joe went even lower because like the people that worked at the comedy club were like, you're banned from this comedy club. But still, and now it's literally like
you can't even. They're on.
I look weird right now. But the scales are not even on the scale anymore.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like Joe Rogan, I just remember him from Fear Factor. I was like,
right.
That's the Fear Factor guy,
right.
I guess. Like
what is this guy gonna do?
Ends up being one of the most influential people of our century so far.
Yep.
Insane.
Yep.
Fear Factor.
But it makes you think like that we're so quick to judge.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Joe's right about everything. I'm just saying like you put a label on this guy and you're like, yeah, he's just a Fear Factor guy. He's just a EOC guy.
Yeah.
But once it's so hard to look into everything and like there's too much, you know? Whatever. Ivan, what have you been watching, listening to? Anything? Go ahead.
Nothing.
No? Ivan, I got the steel book for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, sorry. Take a look at that bad boy. Happy about a new thing that I added to my collection. You can throw away that Metro Boomin little thing. That being said, I haven't watched it, but I'm glad I added this to my collection. I'm trying to get like the top films of the year in steelbook format. What do you think about this?
That's a good idea.
Approved?
Sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't, but
he did it. He had to do it. Also, another thing I've been doing, I got Blue Lock. Have you heard of Blue Lock? Hold.
Steelbook? Anime?
Blue Lock
Soccer.
is a manga.
Anime?
Manga. Anime is a show. Is a animated manga.
Whatever.
Anyways, I got this because I heard a lot of good things, or it got popular. I'm like, I want to read it and see if I like it. And it does that thing that I hate about anime, where it's like
It's a manga.
very
Corny, cheesy.
yeah. There's like cheesy parts, but something about the artwork and like the speediness of like I can read this like in less than an hour, and then just like the basic plot is enough for me that like I'm addicted to this, and I got 4 of these now.
I can never get into manga just because, like, if this is like $10 or whatever, I read this in half an hour. Like, well, I don't really need this anymore. If I can't really.
So just make an hour trip to Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah, saying? I guess I would want like a streaming service, but like obviously not streaming, but
they have that.
But of everything, do they have that? Like I just want it
of the good ones, of the ones you would like. Yeah.
I don't know. I could never get into manga just because there's never a good way for me to read it.
And then there's also the thing where it's like if you like a particular type of a particular manga, like One Piece, you could be in the hole of like 100 books because there's 100 plus of One Pieces, which is crazy. But I've been doing that. That's it. So no movies. You saw Bottoms. We'll talk about that next week. TV.
No, nothing. I've been like trying out shows, even stuff I've seen before.
And he still hasn't done Andor. I knew it.
Shut up. I don't know. Nothing. I don't like anything, movie wise, TV wise. It just after Succession, I feel like I'm spoiled.
Yes, you are.
Like that was the best show I've ever seen.
I think what you need is like something that's not supposed to be amazing. Yeah.
Why would I want that?
But it can be obviously like Suits, or it can be like but it needs to be just weird.
I think no. Yeah, well no, yeah, well
something good, but something weird at the same time.
I think that's the big thing. I just need something new.
Yeah.
Even if it's not exactly the best.
Yes. Or you can get the best right now and go watch Andor when you get home.
That's a possibility.
What's your deal, man? It's like one of the best shows of the decade. Like literally, it's up there with. It's obviously not Succession, but it's really good.
I just don't want to get Disney Plus and then sit there for 9 hours to watch the show.
Get 1 week trial, watch 9 hours, and
I just don't wanna. Like I'm almost sick of television.
That's fair. Then what do?
I just sit.
Are you a gamer? Are you a full gamer now?
No, I might stop playing it, but Armored Core 6, heard of it?
Oh yeah.
New FromSoft. It's actually pretty accessible, like compared to other games.
Okay.
Like it's just missions. There's checkpoints.
Okay.
It's pretty linear-ish. It just, I don't know.
The mechanics. It's not your thing.
No, it just feels like it's a depressing game. Like you're in a planet called Rubicon, and they're just like far future. The planet's farm resources are depleting. You gotta get the resources. You're a mercenary. It's like, I don't know if I want this energy.
Yeah.
It's just depressing overall. Yeah. Post-apocalyptic. Like,
no.
Come on.
That's why you need a Baldur's Gate, because it's like lively.
Yeah.
Characters have life.
Maybe when it's on PlayStation, I'll pick it up.
I am getting like severe FOMO with Starfield though.
What's FOMO again?
Fear of missing out.
Oh.
Starfield looks just like
what you want?
Like a life. Like I want to live that life.
Did I tell you like the optimal way is wait 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still though. Because there's mods out already.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the Skyrim mods now, it's pretty much like Skyrim 5.
Yeah.
At this point. And from all the reviews and like, I've seen like, I have a pretty good list of good reviewers where it's not IGN.
Yes.
And I can like make the mental map of what this game is based on like this guy. Yep. And I know what this game is. I know.
So is it what is it, 8?
It's like an 8 for sure.
Okay.
But I the big thing is like 12 hours in, then you'll get it. Like 12 hours. Ah, like what is that? I don't want that. I want to pick it up, jump on a Goomba. I'm already playing. You know.
But you don't want Kitty.
They don't make games for me. You know, like I want Nintendo. I want Dark Souls making Nintendo games, or FromSoft making Nintendo games, or the middle ground.
Wait, what's like the hardest Nintendo game? Isn't that the game you want?
Hardest?
Because there's like games that are, isn't like Bayonetta like really hard? There's like games like that are.
It's just linear, like you're,
so
like the loops.
Okay, so do anything. You want to what's it? Open world. You basically want like Minecraft, GTA,
Pokemon,
From Software.
Yeah. I just want linear freedom, if that makes sense.
Sounds like you want a life.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can step out that door and do anything you want.
What? Yeah. But like I see things I like in all these games, but it's not
enough to be like, okay,
this is
time to invest 100 hours.
I got to make games one day. When I'm like a billionaire, I'll just make the games I want and then play it for the rest of my life.
The only one playing your game, you're like, this is amazing.
So
you should
good,
check this
so
out.
Good.
Music.
Drake's coming out 25th, I think.
2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks.
For all the dogs.
For all the dogs.
The ugly cover.
Lil Yachty's EP came out.
I don't know. My opinion on him keeps changing. I feel like he's too much of a kid.
Yeah. His market is the kid.
But like now it's like it's too much. Like I don't know. I don't want to say get serious.
But get serious.
I don't know him, but I don't really care about whatever he does. I don't want him to do anything. I don't know. I just have no room for him in my mind.
That's fair.
Future and Metro album coming.
Oh, I heard of that. Let's see if it does anything for my earlobes.
I mean,
it should be good. Metro has good beats, usually, and Future's been on a kind of a
hiatus
lately, so maybe.
Rap's just puttering along, just.
Yep.
Drake's gonna save it.
He's our savior. Save us, Leo. Anything else, Ivan?
No, sir.
All right, we'll be back next week with the movie called Bottoms. Till then, peace out.
Bye.